I have finally found the time to start researching the British ground vehicles, and I'm already all the way up to rank 2. Yes, the grind is real. But at the moment I have a kind of solid lineup around the BR 2.7 for realistic battles. And this is why I want to share my first impression on the British tanks with you. I will try to climb up the tech tree fast so we can talk about later vehicles. But if you want me to have a look at a specific vehicle around rank 2, let me know about it in the comments. I will be happy to do so. Before I start to talk about some first impressions for vehicles around the BR 2.7, I would like to talk about some things I encountered while playing the British tanks. First off, when you also just started researching the British tanks for realistic battles like me, I would recommend to stick to a lineup around 2.0 and 2.7. I tried to create a lineup at the BR 2.3 around the South African reconnaissance car, short SARC, but it just didn't work for me. The biggest problem is the 2-pounder gun. The shells that come with this gun don't have the best penetration value, and in addition actually only solid shots. And this is something I also experienced with the other British tanks. Yes, there is a shell with some explosive filling, but the penetration value is even worse. The moment I had access to the armor-piercing capped ballistic capped shell, my matches improved. Even at this BR there are some tanks you can't penetrate from the front, especially in up-tier matches. So you have to flank and shoot on the side of the enemy. And due to the circumstance that you have no explosive filling in the shell, you want to make every hit count. Enough of this, let's start to have a look at some vehicles. One of my favorite tanks at the BR 2.7 and the slowest of them, the Matilda III. This tank has an outstanding gun depression of ±20 degrees. In my opinion, this gives you the possibility to go to some whole new spots around my key positions and stay hull down. Despite of having not the best reverse speed, you still can peek over the ridgeline, shoot on the enemy and back up again. I haven't figured out yet if the tank is capable of brawling, but I had some downtier matches where I was in close combat situation and was able to destroy many enemies while bouncing their shots. It might have some armor to use, but I think you want to pick your fights, because the German tanks have some strong guns. For my 2.7 lineup I also used the SARC with the 2-pounder gun. This vehicle is very fast but also has a very high profile. Of course I used my support routes to flank the enemy and shoot on their side armor. And as mentioned earlier, as you don't have any explosive filling in the shells, you need some time to take out an enemy. You also can use the speed of this vehicle to outmaneuver enemies, peek around the corner and use the stabilizer to take out the enemy shot by shot. To fight some enemy planes I still use the Stag Hound that is at the BR 1.7. It has a high fire rate and actually I need this to even hit some planes. Make sure to pick some anti-aircraft belts to fight enemy planes. Just recently I have researched the 3-inch gun carrier. I'm not that good at playing case-made tanks, but I'm curious how the armor of this vehicle will work. Another tank that surprised me at the BR 2.7 was the Archer. It has an outstanding penetration value for this BR, but you have to drive backwards, or let's say kind of backwards, because the gun is actually mounted backwards. And this makes it very difficult to get to a good position or to follow up when your team is moving on. In my opinion it is too slow for this BR with all the other fast vehicles, or you just want to use it on specific maps. Another hidden gem might be the Valentine 11, but I haven't played this tank very often. I hope you liked my video of my first impression on the British tanks, and as mentioned, if you want me to have a look at a specific tank, let me know about it in the comments. Like, subscribe and leave a comment if you want to, and check out my Discord server for more information and to connect with other players. Hope to see you in game soon.